I want to share two dreams I had that were mind blowing. One happened a year ago, and I didn't fully understand the meaning of it until a few days ago through a meditation. The first dream was me standing on the property of my old house looking down at the water, and my family was there. There was a group of indigenous people, leaders and teachers, like very high up people, and these whales and dolphins in the lake we had below our home were literally swimming out of the water. And I was like, "Where are you going? Come back." And they were leaving. Uh, it was their time to leave. And I was so confused. And then as this was happening, there was a group of men coming towards us, and we were all trying to like fight them off. We're like, "No, leave the whales and dolphins alone." Then I woke up and I was like, whoa, like so weird. So like write it down. And then my natural urge to like search and devour knowledge, I find out that dolphins and whales are believed to be other beings from another solar system, specifically the dog star in Sirius. And I was like, what? Okay. Okay, yeah, let's dive into this. My mind's open because dreaming, you're always in a state where your ego, forget about it. Imagination, yes. Unlimited, perfect. You can dive into anything you want. You don't have anything blocking you. It's actually like such an incredible place to seek and find answers when you learn how to program that state and become conscious within it. So then I had another dream a few nights ago where I was on a spaceship. And this is so real, so visceral. I was right there. Like I just went to sleep, woke up in another reality, just transition between the two. And I was like, what? This is crazy. And there was a huge window that I was looking down. I was like, no way, like that's Earth. And there was beings all on this planet, all on this spaceship, and they were wearing helmets, and I was like, why are you guys wearing helmets on your own spaceship? I don't get it. And they were basically explaining that the environment isn't ready for them. It can't handle their vibration, and these suits that they were in were kind of their environment, like stabilizing them. And I was like, okay, cool, like makes sense. And then I'm like looking around at all of them, and they're talking about Mars. I'm like, what do you mean Mars? And something related to Mars is involved with what's happening now. So I was like, oh, okay, way to be brief. And then I'm looking at Earth, and there's this giant ball of like golden energy, and it just hits the planet. And it was so weird because I know I'm on the spaceship, and now I'm on this planet. And I'm like, what? This is insane. It was like everything was painted gold. There was just gold everywhere. It's almost like you can look directly at the sun, but you're not blinded by the light. You could see all of the light. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And then I'm back on this spaceship, and I'm like, what just happened? Like, what is all that golden light down there? And one of these beings was saying that the energies, the frequencies that are hitting the planet specifically at this time are upgrading our DNA on a cellular level. That the DNA within us that has been dormant is shifting, it's awakening, it's coming online. And this DNA is specifically multidimensional. It's very psychic, it's very connected, very telepathic. So the message I received during this is like, yeah, get ready for it. It's happening, it's coming. This is wild if you're open to it. If you can accept that, not even accept, if you can feel the words I'm saying and this resonates with you, you know it's true. There's no mental process. It's like, yeah, I feel it. I know it. Energy at its purest form. So I was like, what? That's crazy. And then we got into this huge conversation about these two portals they had on each side of the spaceship. And all of the spaceships were kind of in like one chunk of this portal, and the other one was empty. It's like all these ships were waiting to come through. but the vibration isn't high enough yet for them to physically manifest and be here on this planet. And then they were saying that's why we're born here. Their DNA is within our human DNA, it's a match. And that the DNA that has been put within us from other solar systems we are from, we're interdimensional beings. We're able to be born into a physical body. And a huge purpose for a lot of us is to be here at this time and to allow this DNA to activate within us. So you don't have to do anything. You're just going to be your most authentic self, and it's naturally going to gravitate into your experience. And the things that will be happening from this point on are going to be pretty mind-blowing. I mean, there's already been mind-blowing things and mind-blowing people, but it's just very psychic energy. So moving into like seeing auras more, being super telepathic, the way of communication is going to change. You'll just notice these changes within you, feeling things so much more deeply and deeper. Saying something and then it manifesting right away. Like, these tools are here to help you create a more conscious reality that's more of a match to your energy, and kind of like forcing us to not say things or create things that we don't mean, that we don't want. It makes us get very clear and specific. Lots of mental clarity. So I was like, okay, that's wild. Love it. Like, let's activate this. Let's get going. Ready. But you need to be grounded. You need to stabilize your human body before you start even increasing all of this energy. So this correlates now with a meditation I did. And so basically that was kind of it from the dream. I was like, okay, bye, see ya, thank you so much, really appreciate it. I woke up and I was like, whoa, grabbed my dream journal, wrote it all down. I needed to look at it because it was like it's a memory, right? So then I'm meditating and I start seeing all the elements in my head. And I'm like, why am I looking at this right now? And then there was a fifth one, the fifth element. And it was like this crystalline DNA. And I'm like, oh, it's like, this is what he meant. Like, our physical bodies, the minerals, the all the different properties that are so similar to what we have in our own bodies, our own planets, is exactly like this Earth and this planet. She's upgrading and evolving on a conscious level. And so are we. Our physical bodies have to go through these adjustments to start bringing in what's called your light body and to start activating these properties within you. And I was like, interesting. So like, what can help with that process? And the two things that came up were, there's three things actually. Letting go of attachment is huge. Moving out of a state of creating karma, because from this point on, when you're conscious, literally getting goosebumps and so cold talking about this, because that conscious awareness is everything. You know what you are creating now in each moment. There's no unconscious creation anymore. You know you're accountable and you are responsible for what you say, what you create physically, the actions you take. And no fear. Fear cannot exist. It is such a heavy, dense energy, and it's stagnant. It's the opposite of being in flow, of being in love, of letting go, being present, being in that moment. Moving into your past and the future, how they're both existing now, using this time and the energies and the bodies we have to physically finally anchor in heaven on earth, our dreams coming true, letting go of the programming, becoming conscious of the unconscious and what you're creating from past versions of you. and healing it in this present moment, starting to live in flow. And I was like, that is incredible. It blew my mind. And then the other thing that had come through was the whales. And this goes back to the dreams. And I'm like, why am I thinking about whales right now? And then I started thinking about their sounds and their frequencies. And I was like, oh, like, no wonder they play such a huge part. Like, they're like the OGs. They've been here forever. They're holding our akashic record. They're holding the past. They're healing the waters with their songs. And I was like, whoa, okay, I get it. Like, their songs, their frequencies are so healing on a cellular level that it's almost like they are advanced technology that we're going to learn how to turn into something physical to help heal like our own physical bodies, using sound, specifically frequency and like sound baths, to heal our energy, our physical bodies, to help us get to where we're going. And also by shedding all of that heavy density, you become lighter. You become more of a clear channel, a clear vessel to start bringing in these light codes, these frequencies that are coming to this planet at this time. But if you're still living as the past version of you, you're stuck in the past, you're still unconscious, you don't know why certain things are happening. If you can't go deep to like pull them out and remove them, you get stuck in them, and that's okay. And your life and your experience will bring forth the awareness you need to help purge and to help remove that gunk, that stickiness. So I just thought it was so cool that their beingness is so healing. They're just being a whale, and that's enough.